Hey everybody there, welcome to the DA Wrestling Podcast here. I am Andrew. This is all me is Doug. We're talking Elimination Chamber here, and boy, that was a hell of a good show. I'm telling you, that was actually a
Not
lot
bad for
better.
4 matches.
Not bad for 4 matches at all. Like a lot of things got set up for WrestleMania. Um, some people just really showed the hell out of that match. Kevin Owens was a complete maniac, and I loved it. Tiffany Stratton just blew everyone's mind. And Ripley and Chris Nyjak closed the show, which I believe was the absolute right call. But Doug, how's things going here for a Sunday night for a review? I know we're a day late well, kind of a day late, but how you guys doing?
I'm doing good, man. Just another busy weekend,
It is the days of our
You
lives.
know, it is absolutely. Life's kind of crazy around here sometimes.
Yeah, it's kind of messed up. I mean, we all have things going on in this place. We always make our time to come out here for you guys, the viewer, and for you, the listener, to come out here and talk wrestling. And we're very fond of it, right?
Absolutely.
Make sure you like, share, subscribe down below, guys. It's always
We're
a lot of
going,
fun.
actually, you know what? Come to think of it, we are approaching 6 months of doing this show.
You really?
And when I put up Friday's SmackDown review,
Yeah.
I got a notification from Podbean. We've published 50 episodes.
Nice.
Altogether.
We have done 72 videos on our YouTube stream.
That must include the shorts.
That does include shorts.
Okay.
So, but there is a lot of content on there, guys. Let's take a look at the YouTube channel, guys. Helps out a lot. Anyway, let's stop the rambling here. Let's go to the Elimination Chamber, Perth, Australia. Wonderful place. I like how they did a lot of ads kind of for Perth, to be honest, especially Western Australia.
52,590.
Yeah, it was really nice to see Triple H there. He looked really good. So kickoff show wasn't very much the kickoff show. They had Kabuki Warriors versus Australia's own Indy Hartwell with Candice LeRae. Not much to really talk about here. It's kind of just a kickoff show. Kabuki Warriors won. Not really much else to really talk about. It wasn't pretty. Main card opened up with a women's chamber match. Very predictable card, to say the least. And we'll start with the predictability here.
For those that didn't see it or haven't been paying attention, it was shit.
It was Becky Lynch, our winner. Tiffany Stratton, Raquel Rodriguez, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, and oh god, who was the last one?
Naomi. She was in the match such a short time. I forgot she was in the match.
Yeah, Naomi and Becky Lynch started the match off, which is I had thought Becky was actually going to enter the chamber, be in the cage first. I wasn't expecting her to actually start the match.
But you know what? They did this in both chamber matches where someone who started it went wire to wire, and they've done that a few times over the years. But the problem is with this year, I think the reason why they did it was to kind of put that shred of doubt because the winners were so predictable.
Yeah, and I mean all the winners on this card were very predictable. And I mean, I think the one match I was a little maybe surprised by was Judgment Day match against the Big Strong Boy. And
I told you, I've been telling you for like a month they're going to drop the titles to Awesome Truth.
It's probably what's going to happen, but I kind of thought maybe they might drop them here, but we'll get to that point at some point anyway. Women's match anyway. Start off with Becky Lynch and Naomi. Right. And quickly moved to Tiffany Stratton was the third one into the match, and she showed out. She showed that she deserves to be there. And I think it was on SmackDown or the week before or the Fridays, we talked about how Tiffany Stratton's probably going to be a champion somewhere down the line. And she's looking really good. Yeah, she's looking very good. She has charisma, she has the skill, and she is quite skillful in that ring. Despite
she's going to be a part of
wrestling for.
She's going to be a part of the next generation of stars, like the Braun Breakers, Carmelo Hayes, Trick Williams type deal. She's going to be on the women's side. It's going to be her, Lyra Valkyria.
I want to call us now, maybe a little bit.
Jade Cargill.
They don't quote me on this one, but she might be the next generation's Charlotte Flair.
Ooh, I
Might.
think she has more. I think she has more charisma than Charlotte, though.
I do too, but I think as far as like titles and holding the
Oh
title
yeah, yeah,
goes,
yeah.
I think that's where
Like
she's going to be
as a
more.
successful, yeah.
Yes, that's kind of what I'm thinking as that. But no, great matches. Liv came out. Liv Morgan was the next one out after that. She just put on a good clinic as well.
Yo, she
She,
eliminated Tiffany Stratton with an
yeah,
Oblivion off the second row.
so, which I
Uh,
called after our SmackDown review that she's probably going to pay her back for that SmackDown loss, and I
yeah,
wasn't wrong. I was
yeah,
right on that.
but actually, the crowd booed the shit out of that.
Yeah, because well, Tiffany was like showing out, right? She was doing extremely well.
Yeah,
Um, then after that, Raquel Rodriguez came out.
who looked like but she looked like
She looked like she didn't get a chance to put on
she
makeup.
was she was flaring up. No, it
Oh,
wasn't that she
Fleur.
didn't have a chance to
Oh
put
no,
on makeup or anything. It was the skin condition that she just returned from Monday night.
she has a skin condition.
Yes, that's what's kept her out.
Oh, I
Is
thought I
she
thought it was like a break or something.
no. She's dealing with some sort of skin condition where her face gets or her skin gets really red and rashy,
Oh,
and
well, that explains a lot then.
when it flares up, it really hurts.
Oh,
And I think she put out a statement on X
okay,
afterwards
okay.
stating that she was dealing with it.
Oh, that probably explains a lot then.
Yeah, yeah. That's why she looked probably a lot different than she did Monday night.
Yeah, I thought she looked. Yeah, definitely looked.
Yeah.
Now could that be a weather thing too? Because I mean, I know it was very humid
I don't
in
know if
Australia.
it's I don't know what causes it. I haven't done much research on it,
No,
and I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm a doctor.
no. I mean, I know there's many skin conditions out there, so I mean,
Yeah.
it's probably something. Bianca came out after too. The match progressed really well. Like nothing really crazy. Although I think there was
Stratton hit a swanton off the
on
pod.
off the pod, and I think Liv
Lifted like
almost like a
a
power
cent.
bomb, a senton power bomb off to Naomi, which ended up causing Naomi to be pinned. Actually, Naomi actually was,
Right,
if I'm
but
correct, was the first one out.
oh, I thought we were talking about when Liv jumped off the pod because both Tiffany and Becky were coming up both sides. So she's like, fuck it.
Oh, that too.
And
Yeah,
Raquel was laying on the across the top rope
yeah.
and she hit her.
Hit her on the butt. I looks like she hurt herself too with that one too. I remember
Oh,
seeing that too.
that looked it didn't look great.
No, but the final three came down to Bianca Belair, Becky Lynch, and Liv Morgan. I'll be honest, yeah, I thought Liv was actually gonna for a second, for maybe a few seconds there, maybe a few minutes actually. I thought Liv they actually might just pull the trigger and have Liv do it.
Yeah,
And to be
it looks like
and to be honest, I'll get to your point in a second, but
mhm,
our your predict maybe guess prediction. I
mhm.
almost feel like there's going to be it's almost going to be a triple threat
No.
for that title. No, you don't think so? Because I'm wondering too because like I don't see Becky Lynch having the need to win the title. I don't think Rhea Ripley should lose it to Becky Lynch, but I can see Rhea Ripley losing it to Liv Morgan in some sense or show or Liv
So
taking the pin.
so
So
that was somewhat what I was going to say.
okay,
Um, is this going to turn into a triple threat? No, it's not. It's going to be a straight one-on-one match.
Mhm.
You'd be stupid to change it up.
Not really.
But the biggest box office, like that's what Mania is about, right? Mania is about
It,
box office, right? So the biggest box office match you have in the women's division right now is Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch,
mhm.
one on one,
Yeah, I guess so.
where there's no excuses for the loser. Okay.
Yeah,
So instead of Becky beating Rhea, now I know I've kind of gone on tangents lately about long title runs,
yeah,
but you're right. Becky doesn't need the win.
yeah.
They could still do it, and I would be happy either way.
Mhm.
But if you want to keep going with Rhea, then Liv Morgan's revenge tour ends maybe in Saudi Arabia in
Oh,
May.
That's
Liv can be the next challenger after Becky, is what
or
I'm.
Backlash Paris.
Or Paris, yes.
I could see that one actually.
Yeah.
But you need Becky Lynch to do something in the meantime. But we'll get to that. Like all in all, that women's match was really good. I kind of liked how the sequence was, how Liv went
Liv
rolled
rolled up
up.
Bianca.
Yeah, the most unpredictable move in wrestling.
Yes.
Right, and then manhandle slam by Becky to call it race, and it
Yeah.
was a nice sequence. To be honest, it was actually kind of nice. I
Yep.
really thought Liv was actually going to take it there for a few minutes, though. Like definitely.
Yeah.
Next match on the card: Judgment Day versus the New Catch Republic. I need to get this one right. Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. Uh, Overall, good match.
I really enjoyed the match, and you know what? This is probably the cleanest Judgment Day victory I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
They like so they had the spot in the match.
Yeah.
Dunn hit the bitter end on Balor.
Yeah.
But Dom got the foot under the rope, but Bate snitched him out.
Yeah.
Dom got kicked out.
Yeah.
And they still went another like 5 to 7 minutes after that. And they were just exchanging tag team moves. And, Bate and Dunn will be tag champions by the end of the year.
Yeah, it was a good match. I thought they're kind of maybe might win the titles here, and then have Judgment Day go into WrestleMania with Priest possibly cashing in. I mean, he's probably still going to cash in, but
no, actually, you want to set up the breakdown of the Judgment Day?
we do it really quickly if you want to. What do you think?
So you have Priest and Balor. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You have Priest and Balor lose the titles at Mania.
Yeah.
You have Rhea lose her title at Mania.
Oh, I hope that's not going to happen.
But you have Priest on the Raw after Mania go in and cash in on Drew.
He said it was going to happen at WrestleMania where he just cashes in on Drew.
He could do
He
it
could
at
do that,
WrestleMania,
actually,
but the
yeah.
Raw after Mania works just as well.
Yeah, it does.
And then they're all jealous because he starts being a pompous ass about it.
Yeah.
And they just the shit out of Damian Priest, which is gonna be it. They have to make that look somewhat legit. Like
they have to make it look almost like they did to Edge.
Listen, Priest is like 6'10".
Yeah. No slouch.
I don't know if he's 6'10", but he's like 6'8".
He's like 6'7", 6'8". Yeah, he's up there. He's definitely maybe slightly taller than me. Maybe.
But Finn Balor, Dom Mysterio, and my God, that toddler.
JD McDonough.
JD McDonough. They don't look exactly physically imposing.
No.
When you're matching them up with Damian Priest.
Yeah, very good point.
That being said, Damian Priest during the pandemic had a little feud with a guy named Leon Ruff.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Where Priest cost Gargano the North American title.
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually won that North American title too. So, but a good showing a match. Good match with those guys. New Catch Republic is the name of Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne. Expect to see it for a while. Eventually, my guess is there will be a Pete Dunne turn at some point. I don't see Tyler Bate ever turning heel, but
he seems like too much of a nice guy.
Yeah, he just seems a really nice guy. He really does. Like even when he first came out in NXT UK with him and Pete Dunne, he had that really nice young. He was like 21 at the time.
He was 20.
Yeah, he was very young.
He might have not even been 20.
Yeah, he was very young.
He actually, they mentioned it on the show. Like he's the youngest singles champion of all time.
Yeah, he is.
He had to have been 19, and I'll tell you why.
Well, Randy was what, 23?
When he won the world title, he won.
Yeah,
he was 24
against Chris Benoit.
Yeah, against he who shall not be named.
Oh, it's Chris Benoit, folks. Come on, I was there. I saw it.
It was a figment of your imagination.
Definitely not a figment of my imagination when you were there.
That person doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, he exists.
Randy Orton wrestled a ghost on August 15th, 2004.
Yeah. So,
but no, anyways, Kenny Dykstra used to be the youngest champion in WWE history at like 20 years old.
Yeah.
Even Rene Dupree was also 20 when he won the tag titles.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bate was 19.
Oh, okay. Well, young as hell.
I think he's only like 26.
Yeah, he's not.
He's
He's
been in
not.
the system forever, but he's only like 26.
Yeah, but he's been wrestling for a long time. I
Like
know
10
that.
years now.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
maybe longer. I know him and Pete Dunne have been up and down the road for years at this
Oh
point.
yeah, yeah. 'Cause they're both from
Uh,
Birmingham, as I
yeah,
learned.
yeah. After that, the Grayson Waller show with Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. A couple announcements came out of that one.
Rollins is a few days away from being medically cleared.
Apparently, yeah,
And he showed it because during
yeah.
his entrance, he jumped off the barricade.
Hmm.
And then he eventually, at the end of the segment, hit a stomp on Austin Theory.
Yeah.
So
So
he's close.
yeah,
We may see him in a couple of tune-up matches leading up to Mania.
for sure. Big news coming out of that though was Cody Rhodes challenging The Rock. They never said Mania, but my guess is probably Mania. But they also mentioned too. Seth Rollins said you can't fight the Bloodline alone, so that possibly could be also
Goes
a
back
tag
to that
match
tag
too.
match I keep talking about.
So it could be also the tag match.
And it's in the commercial, dude.
It
It's in
is.
it's in the
It is.
Super Bowl commercial.
It is. So
Like,
I mean, I don't know. It's
if they don't do this tag match, what are we doing here?
doesn't matter if they don't do a tag match at all. You still have Cody Rhodes versus fucking The Rock. It's still going to be a good match. It's still going to be a big match. It's still going to be night one. Either way, it's night one.
So,
right? So
what, you think it's just Cody and Roman that wrestled twice?
I think
I saw John Cena's name thrown out there for the tag match.
I think the most sense would have. I think the most sense is really have Cody be the one who wrestles twice.
Okay.
I just
Rock one night and
yeah,
Roman the other.
yeah. I think that makes the most sense.
Yeah.
I really do. I just think it makes the most sense. I mean, Seth could still be there in the corner if he wants to.
That's true.
Right. But well, I mean, we'll see that. We're still a month and a half away from this, so we'll have to think about it. After that, the men's Elimination Chamber match. A
This
lot
was
of
good.
fun.
I enjoyed this.
I enjoyed the list a lot. Being a Kevin Owens fan, the fact that he walked into the arena with holding a koala was priceless. Right?
Did you know 90% of koalas carry chlamydia?
I'm sure that one did not carry chlamydia. I'm sure that's probably vaccinated, completely vaccinated.
I don't know. It was something random I learned.
That is pretty random.
Yeah.
So Kevin Owens basically came to the chamber first. Then it was Bobby Lashley.
Lashley, despite getting his elbow smashed a week ago. Oh,
Yeah.
wait, never mind. That was on SmackDown on Friday.
Yes.
Continuity.
Yes.
Continuity by Bobby Lashley. Had the elbow heavily taped.
Yeah.
Did not give a shit because he speared the ever-living fuck out of Logan Paul through the
Oh yeah.
through the pod.
Well, we're gonna get to Logan Paul with KO in a bit because that was a lot
Drew
of fun.
Kevin Sucks
Yeah.
on the pod. I don't know if you saw this online.
I saw it. He threw double horns and all that stuff. And
yeah.
Kevin was probably the star of this whole thing there too. I mean, the match started off with Drew and LA Knight, but Kevin was just being an absolute shit.
Lunatic,
Like
man.
a lunatic. Like when Logan Paul came into the match to get to his chamber after Randy Orton got into his chamber, he goes up and Kevin just starts smashing his head against the glass.
Mm-hmm.
Right, his own head. And you see Logan Paul just do this, like he's all crazy. And at one point, before Randy's still in the cage, because Logan Paul didn't come out until last, folks. Right, so Kevin was in there for quite a while. At one point, does the Randy Orton pose in front of Randy Orton. Randy's just not pleased by it at all. I mean, Randy got him back later.
But. Speaking of Randy Orton, we need to take a second here to admire the fact that now, when I don't know if you remember this, but when Daniel Bryan came back from the neck thing,
yeah,
the spine thing,
yeah,
they for a little bit would do
Compression
certain
tests.
no, they would do certain things when they're in matches
Yeah.
where it would like they would like tease like Daniel Bryan may have another concussion
Yeah.
or tease that his neck's all fucked up again.
Yeah.
Yay. And that was kind of cringy, but
Yeah.
but looking at how Randy Orton is selling this back,
Yeah.
like maybe I came back too early, even though I was
Yeah.
up for, you know,
Yeah.
but because as soon as he came out, he hit his hanging DDT to LA Knight
Yeah.
on the platform.
No, that was Kevin. That was Kevin.
Oh, was it Kevin?
That was Kevin.
Okay. But this was like within 20 seconds, 30 seconds of him being in. And as soon as he drops, he sells the back.
Yeah.
And he sold the back the entire match.
He sure did.
And like, even to the point you had Graves and Cole believing like Orton's hurt.
Yeah, it looked like he was legitimately hurt from the get-go. I mean,
yes.
I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, the cage, the chamber isn't what it used to be when it first came out, where it was just solid steel. There is padding now on that steel.
On the grate, yeah.
On the grate, it used to be solid steel. It was no joke at one point. But yeah, it looked, he sold it quite well, and hopefully he legitimately is not hurt, because that would suck.
No, I think he was all right.
Yeah.
Given how he was moving once he kind of towards the end of the match. We can get there because there's a couple other things that happen in between there.
Yeah. So in between that, so eventually Logan Paul. Oh yeah, before Logan Paul comes out, get ready to come out, and who's there to greet Logan Paul when the timer goes off? Kevin Owens. And Kevin goes inside there, closes the door, and proceeds to beat the ever-loving hell out of Logan Paul,
bouncing his head off two of the walls like a ping pong ball.
Yeah, especially right where it says Kevin sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And then lifted him up and put his Johnson against the pole.
Yep.
I love Kevin Owens. Just love Kevin Owens. He had a hell of a match.
Logan Paul did not have a good start to this match.
No, he got Logan Paul legitimately he got beat up.
He took his lumps.
Like
after the Owens beating.
Oh yeah. Like Bobby put him through, as you said earlier, Bobby put him through the chamber door.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I think he took an RKO to get pinned eventually. But before that happened, though, we got ourselves a little match set up. AJ Styles
flew 16 hours just to hit LA Knight about a dozen times with a steel chair.
Yeah. So the way it looks right now is that
that's a
LA
day's pay.
Yeah. LA Knight versus AJ Styles probably for WrestleMania. Mark that one down. So Kevin gets pinned by Randy Orton, if I'm correct. That's what it was. Right? Randy also RKO's Logan Paul. I can't remember who nailed that Lashley out, though. I can't remember who. Oh, McIntyre.
McIntyre eliminated Lashley.
Yeah, eliminated Lashley. And that whole sequence with LA Knight and AJ Styles happened while Lashley was trying to get out of the actual cage.
Yeah.
That's how Styles got in.
Because, so it was a good 3 minutes before Lashley got out of the cage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good 3 minutes, maybe even 4.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it was really good. When I say a second match was set up, guys, it looks like we're gonna get a triple threat for that United States title at WrestleMania, because as Orton RKO'd McIntyre, looked like he was gonna go for the pin. Out of nowhere, Logan Paul brass knuckled Randy Orton,
because he hadn't left the cage yet.
Exactly. And Randy, by the look on Logan's face when Drew took the pin and pinned Randy Orton, the look on his face, the look of someone he knew he should not have done that to. Like he knows
But at the end of the
Randy's
day,
coming for him.
the plan is still working to perfection because
Absolutely
now
is.
Drew McIntyre
Yep.
is going on to face Seth Rollins. The plan is working to perfection.
Yeah.
And you know what? I hate to say this, but WrestleMania is going to come and go without Punk and not skip a beat.
No, it's not really going to really matter, to be honest with you. That match, that three-way match, that's probably going to be set up with Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and Logan Paul. I know it's going to be one of the best matches on the card. Like, for sure.
It's
Like,
definitely a sleeper.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a good match.
It's definitely a sleeper pick for sure.
Yeah, like Logan Paul, to be honest, hasn't really had a bad match when you think about it yet. Right now, this would probably be the first with the triple threat. He got beat up in this match, but a triple threat with Randy Orton and Kevin Owens there, he'll be well protected. Moving on to the main event, which was the right call.
Yep. I said it on Friday.
Yep. I said it also on Friday. I believe I said it on our preview show as well. It was the right call to make. Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax. And Rhea came out to a massive ovation.
Did you learn as much as I did this week that Nia Jax was born in Australia?
Was she really? I read that. I heard that somewhere. I was like, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, if your dad's in the military, Logan Paul's father, I believe, is military, and he was born in Puerto Rico but raised in Cleveland, from what I understand.
Right.
So,
but no. Like, this is a legit thing.
Yeah.
Like, Nia Jax was born in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
But she grew up in California.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people do that.
But anyways, like I said,
yeah,
the best match of Nia Jax's career.
Yeah.
And it's not even fucking close.
Yeah, that's true.
I was very down when Nia Jax came back.
Yeah. I think a lot of us were, just because we know about her past.
I'm like, who really gives a shit?
Yeah.
And, I will say that not only is she in better shape than ever.
Yeah, she definitely looks a lot trimmed. Looks like she's dropped probably, I want to say 80 pounds.
No, I'm not even
maybe 100.
I'm not even going to start that game.
Right. But she looks a lot better than she did when she was her previous run. For sure.
Right. But I'm saying, she has improved so much.
Oh yeah, I think that time away woke her up.
And you know what? She came out and gave Rhea the first legitimate threat that Rhea's had to the title since she won it at WrestleMania.
That is very true. She definitely looks
every challenger Rhea's had since Mania hasn't stood a fucking chance.
No, like she made it look that Nia Jax, I don't think anybody thought Nia Jax was ever going to win that match, but it made it look like she might actually pull it off.
Yeah, you know what? Again, Rhea Ripley kicked out of the Annihilator.
Yeah.
Like that, no one's kicked out of that since Nia's come back.
Yeah.
At least to my knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
But this is why you protect finishing moves in wrestling.
So for events like this.
Right. Where you use it on the right person.
Yeah.
Like, like Baron Corbin's End of Days.
That's still one of my, honestly, like,
I still think Drew McIntyre is the only person to ever kick out of it.
That's still one of my favorite finishers too. I love that End of Days.
Sure.
It's such a good move.
But, when you think about like all the big guys and their moves, right?
Yeah.
How many AAs does it take to finish a match?
One.
No.
No, it takes several sometimes, depending on who it is.
How many RKOs does it take most time, or in big matches?
At least
usually 3.
2 to 3.
How many pedigrees? How many, how many F5s? I know we're not supposed to talk about him right now, but
the F5, depending on who you're against, the F5 The F5 was very protected at one point.
Unless your name's Roman Reigns.
Yeah, it wasn't until Reigns till he started kicking out of the F5 and Undertaker. Actually, Undertaker first was
Yeah.
really kicking out of the F5.
So it's like
Cena never really did.
But my whole point of that, the whole point of me saying that is like you pull out the kickouts in big matches because like this is why you protect your finish. That's why like I don't remember the last person to kick out of the Riptide.
Yeah, nobody really. Yeah,
right.
really, yeah. Actually, speaking of Riptide, just to get back, just a side note on the point there. How strong is Rhea? Like, that's not.
I have no doubt.
Like, she is.
I had no doubt.
Like,
Not
I feel strong.
Again. Not only has Nia Jax got herself in better shape,
Yeah,
but also like she can get up there.
yeah,
Rhea's got the strength to bring her up as high as she can.
yeah. Like she,
You know,
that was a good for considering still the size. That's impressive. As a guy from like myself who enjoys bodybuilding, lifting weights, all those things there, I can appreciate the shit out of that. And I understand where she
that's why people compare Rhea to China.
Yeah.
Like because she's freakishly strong.
Yeah.
And
that girl works.
She could go with most of the guys.
Work in. Yeah, that girl puts work in the gym.
For sure.
She tells she puts it in.
Just my final thing on the whole Nia Jax Annihilator thing. But the reason why is like when she hit the Annihilator, there's something in the back of your head where you're like, oh shit, Rhea's just lost the title on home soil.
Yeah. Which they've done before. So
yeah,
mind you, that was a different person in charge.
Right, but WWE famously makes people lose in their hometown.
Yeah, it's very true.
Famously.
Yeah. So, but it was a good match. I'm happy with. Really, you could tell she was really ecstatic to be home and to do that in Australia. Her parents were there.
Last point on this whole show. What do you think the pyro budget was?
I actually liked to figure out the pyro budget there. Drew McIntyre. When you beat Cody Rhodes, you get half the pyro budget.
Is this what you were talking about?
Oh, that was priceless. That was absolutely hilarious. Like, oh, after you beat Cody, get half the pyro budget. His troll game is fantastic right now, Drew. But yes, so quick rundown before we end off our Elimination Chamber review. A couple matches have been set up. All right, we're looking at Becky versus Rhea. Looking at a triple threat match for the U.S. title. Possibly. We're looking at Kevin Owens versus LA Knight, possibly. Possibly Cody versus The Rock or Mania 9-1.
You mean AJ versus LA Knight, right?
Sorry, AJ versus LA Knight. Cody versus The Rock.
Potentially.
So
Seth and Drew.
And Seth versus Drew. So that's going to be an interesting card. Right now, that WrestleMania is looking like a pretty stacked Mania card.
I know people were down on this a couple of weeks ago when when we were only really looking at the Cody stuff. Yeah. But now this card's starting to shape up. Yeah. And like this is going to be a killer Mania.
It is. And the question is where they place each one. We already know.
I wonder what the odds in Vegas are that it's going to snow. In Philadelphia in early April.
Possibility.
Listen, it snows here in early April.
It's true.
Well, and when it snows here, it does snow down there.
Somebody did say it was supposed to, like, they wanted to snow in Maine. I don't know why. Somebody said that. But yeah, that was the Elimination Chamber, guys. It was a really good show. I hope you guys watched it and enjoyed it. Write down your comments down below if you guys like the show, how you guys felt about it. Let us know. Doug, we're gonna end this
Japan report.
We're gonna end this day with the New Japan report. Let's get through this.
Okay, cool. So I mentioned on the SmackDown show that was night 1 of New Beginning in Sapporo. Yeah. Well, I actually went ahead this afternoon and watched night 2 to bring to you guys. And so not only was this Kazuchika Okada's last match, which was a 10-man tag between Chaos and United Empire. Well, United Empire plus Matt Riddle.
Mhm.
I don't know. But
Ha.
yeah, right. Quick 10-minute match. Okada hit the Rainmaker on Callum Newman.
Mhm.
I remembered his name. When we were talking about the cage match a couple weeks ago, I couldn't
Yeah.
remember the kid's name that got dragged down by by the guy, Drilla, whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, Callum Newman
Yeah.
ate the Rainmaker.
Hmm.
Okada gets the pin after the match.
Yeah.
Just hugs all around. He addressed the crowd saying thank you for the last 17 years. But that's not the last we'll see of Okada on the show. And shout out to Toru Yano, who worked the opening match
Yeah.
and this match, which was only about 40 minutes apart.
Yeah.
Not that he did much in the match, but he still worked his second match of the night.
Yeah.
The match right after that was the farewell to Tama Tonga, who most may remember is a Bullet Club original.
Definitely Bullet Club original.
Yeah. He was like literally outside of Bad Luck. I mean, yeah, he's a founding, and Carl,
Yeah.
he was one of the founders, right? And so like what they did was they kind of split Gorillas of Destiny in half.
Yeah.
On one side you had Tama Tonga, Tongaloa.
Yeah.
On the other side you had Hikuleo and El Fantasma, who are your New Japan Strong Tag Team Champions. And the ref for the match was their manager Jado.
Nice.
Hikuleo and El Fantasma won. So at least somebody that was leaving on this show went out on their back.
Well, I mean,
go out on your back, Okada.
I'm sure. Well, I got nothing to say on it.
But yeah, and then after the match again, just nothing but love.
No.
I mean, honestly, I think the coolest part for me was when Tama Tonga and Tongaloa were coming out. They came out to the original Gorillas of Destiny theme. This was straight out of 2016, dude.
Nice.
Gorillas of like theme, the face paint, the red and black fucking
nice
gear. And this during their entrance is where I learned that they have the most tag team title reigns, IWGP tag title reigns in New Japan history.
Nice.
Which is crazy when you consider both of them are Gaijin. Right?
It's to be honest, not to take away from guys like Okada, Naito, and all of them, but a lot of the Gaijin that come over to New Japan have kind of really elevated New Japan over the past 10 years.
So here's the thing. They're kind of more accepting now.
Oh, yeah.
AJ Styles, when he went over there in 2014.
Yeah.
Or 2013. One of the two. When he went over there, he was the first Gaijin in a while to kind of be like main event status.
Yeah, because
the last guy before that I'm aware of was like 8 years prior.
You talking like
Brock? I mean, technically Kurt went over there a couple of times during that TNA New Japan working relationship.
Like Finn Balor was there,
but he wasn't a top guy.
No, he wasn't. he was very popular, but he was
He was well, he was in the junior heavyweight division.
yeah,
He was nowhere near the main event.
but top guy. I mean, the last because you mentioned like for like when AJ Styles first came out of the Royal Rumble,
Yeah.
those years ago now. The one thing Bradshaw said that stuck out, like made everybody pay attention to who Styles was this is the same guy who held the exact same title, the IWGP World Title that Brock held, and they made sure they mentioned that too because
Yeah.
that was a key point. And
Yeah,
everybody
because
knew everybody knows wrestling
they assume nobody watches TNA.
exactly right. And well, at the time you kind of agreed to it, right? Like only people who were hardcore wrestling fans who knew who AJ Styles was. I knew who AJ Styles was way before he became a WWE, right? As did you,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Like I saw,
I've been watching listen,
I've seen Styles when he
I've been
was a
watching
young
AJ
buck.
Styles since the dying days of WCW.
Yeah, like I remember when Styles, like when I first really saw Styles, like saw him in WCW, I didn't really pay attention. I saw him more in TNA when he was very young. He was the
Yeah.
really young, phenomenal one. Like just still wearing the short shorts,
Yeah.
like
But anyways, like um that was like that was really cool. I've very rarely will you see in wrestling a situation like this, and this is why I enjoy New Japan is because they treat it much more seriously over there than they do here.
yeah, Japan wrestling is more of an actual
A sport.
sport
Yeah.
than it is here.
So think about it like this. Like this would be like one of your favorite or one of the players is signing as a free agent, but before you go, let's run one last scrimmage
Yeah.
for old time's sake.
Mhm.
And then the last match on the show that I
Yeah.
watched was the main event
Mhm.
between Tetsuya Knight. It was a rematch from Wrestle Kingdom
Okay.
with champion Tetsuya Naito defending against Sonata,
Nice.
and another really good match between the two. Naito beat him with a inside cradle.
Hmm.
Um, and now Naito's, I think his next match is against Sho,
Yeah.
who's the junior heavyweight champion at the 52nd anniversary card on March the 11th, 6th, something like that.
Mhm.
Uh, I think it's March 6th. Um, but after which, Naito he did his roll call like he usually does, but he did have some words for Okada, who was on commentary um, for the main event.
Yeah.
Now, I do watch these in English
They,
with
they do broadcast them in English too, don't they? They do have English commentators. That
yeah,
do.
Chris Charlton and
Is it Kevin Kelly?
no, Kevin Kelly left New Japan last year.
Hmm.
It's I think it's Walker something. Walker Stewart, that's his name.
Okay.
I knew it was kind of weird, but yeah, Walker Stewart and Chris Charlton. And Chris Charlton does a really good job of translating the promos of the Japanese stars
That's good.
for the English viewing public.
That's good, actually. That's really good.
Yeah, so um, anyways, after he puts the mic down, they shoot confetti, um, but he starts kicking the confetti out of the ring and invites Okada into the ring.
Yeah.
And he does his thing, and tries to get Okada to acknowledge him. And just as he's about to, Naito spits in his face and then attacks him. And then they just kind of like go back and forth, little reversal and such. Okada went to go for the Rainmaker, and Naito rolled through into his tranquilo kind of pose that he does, which was a really fun. It was a really fun spot because Okada conceded after
Nice.
he just got out of the ring, and they they acknowledged each other afterwards. So it was a fun show. In terms of like the new beginning
Mhm.
set of shows, the new beginning tour,
Yeah.
they did a phenomenal job
Yeah.
of, you know, giving enough time to the guys that were leaving, like
Yeah.
your Will Ospreay, Kazuchika Okada, Tama Tonga, right?
No.
They set up a lot for like what's the future,
Mhm.
especially United Empire. I don't know what's left.
Well, you mentioned Cobb might take over, right?
Right. But now they're kind of losing a lot of momentum, right?
Yeah.
Like, because when you think about it in kind of a sports context, right? They've lost three big matches in a row.
Yeah.
They lost the War Dogs
Yeah.
in the cage match, and now they've lost back-to-back nights to Chaos
Mhm.
with the new guy, Callum Newcomb,
Okay.
um, eating the pin in both,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So you have a story to set up there.
Yeah.
What's Chaos going to look like now
Yeah.
that Okada's gone?
Mhm.
It was easy when Nakamura left
Yeah.
because he just handed the reins over to Okada.
Yeah.
But Okada's basically been Chaos. And I don't know if it's like you appoint maybe like Ishii or Goto
Mhm.
as your leader or Toru Yano. Um, but you have question marks there, right?
Mhm.
How does Bullet Club War Dogs kind of respond here, right?
Yeah.
Because they got the big win in the cage match,
Yeah.
but David Finlay just lost the global title,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah. It's good to see what goes on in New Japan over the next 10 months.
right. Like,
Because you got,
even honestly, their next big show is Dominion in May.
yeah, that's gonna be a big one too. Because you're not gonna have Osprey there. You probably won't have.
Or actually, it might be Sakura Genesis in April. I'm not sure. I'll get back to you on that. Um, but yeah, uh, just over the next couple of months, I'm actually fascinated and intrigued to see where some of this goes just by watching a couple of matches on each card.
Yeah.
I've able to piece together a lot of this,
Yeah.
so um, I will continue to update our lovely audience on my New Japan quest. If you
He's more
guys
the
have
expert. He's more the expert than I am, folks. I'm more of a novice. I know about New Japan. I know a lot of stuff about it, but he knows way more than I do.
I will say this, if anyone has any recommendations of stuff I should watch from the last like 6 months or stuff, something that I can really get back into something, or if I'm missing context somewhere,
Anything
throw
wrestling is probably
throw
good.
throw it in the comments section, or hit me up on X. I'm more than welcome to um,
Or
admit when I'm
Discord.
wrong.
Or Discord for sure. I know you're on Discord. I'm not.
Yeah,
I
but
know
I'm
you're
not.
on
I'm not
Discord.
gonna give up my Discord.
Okay. Kind of weird there, folks. I don't think his Discord. Anyway, that's
Maybe one day when the channel gets big enough and we set up our own Discord server.
maybe we'll do that. So that's pretty much it for the night, guys. Doug, take us out here. Let us know where you can find us here, because God knows it's time to get ready to go to bed.
Yeah, you've had a long day.
Yeah, you got a long one tomorrow. So,
And on that note, we appreciate you watching. We watch. What? What's up?
I don't know. What's going on?
Okay.
All right.
We appreciate you guys for listening, watching. Uh, Find us on YouTube at the A Wrestling Podcast. Find us everywhere but Apple, audio wise.
We'll
Go check us
get
out
the we'll get
Spotify.
to Apple eventually.
Go check us out Spotify, Podbean. We're on Amazon Music too.
Mhm.
Um,
Also, we're on Google too, aren't we? On Google Podcasts as well.
right, but sometime this year that's switching all over to YouTube. So I'm just gonna
Okay.
push the YouTube.
Push to YouTube, folks. Come on, come to YouTube for us.
He is 8% 1982 on Instagram, Andrew D Sports on TikTok. I am D Lions 1991 on X. We'll catch you down the road.
And Gogio means to grow things in plants, apparently, in Harry Potter. The spell, Ngogio. I probably spelled that wrong. Have a good night, everybody.